Again, well, the silly season is fast approaching and we all have things we want to buy for our loved ones. But we can't forget the Januworry blues that come after splurging in December. How can we still spoil family and friends and enjoy ourselves without getting into massive debt? Well, I'm joined by African Unity Life Financial Data and Process Specialist Dewald Olivier to give us some tips. He's joining us via Skype this evening. Dewald, a very good evening and thanks for your time. So let's start with the big mistakes that we commonly make over the silly season and the season to give.
Hi, Vika. Thank you for giving African Unity the opportunity to appear on your show. Yeah, it is a silly season. It's called that for a reason. We have a tendency to just want to have a good time with our friends and family, you know, and when we run out of money, we tend to start using the credit card. With interest rates at close to 30%, it's really just not the best way to go about spending your money. It's better to save throughout the year for those big ticket items and to avoid those impulse buys. With Black Friday coming up, there's so many bargains coming in our way. It's easy to just want to spend that money. You know, I believe that, you know, these retailers, they're not charity cases. South Africans spent close to 3 billion rand during last year's Black Friday season, you know, and just because you're getting 30% discount on a 10,000 rand TV doesn't mean you've saved 3,000 rand. It means you've spent 7,000. And that's money that's could have been used during the new year on school fees, school clothes, emergencies, stuff like that, you know.
So, Dewald, just tell us, what are the things that we need to start doing now? We've got a couple of weeks till, you know, we get bitten by that bug. Some have started their shopping already. Give us those tips to actually save some money and not just overdo it at the time.
You know, budgeting is a very important part of the whole process. You should be budgeting throughout the year. Don't have a budget that's too tight. If it's too tight, you can just end up abandoning the whole project and you're just not going to stick to it. You know, you can have a list of gifts that you're sticking to, put a price on it. You know, you're going to be spending a little bit more money on your wife or your girlfriend, maybe more so than an uncle or whatever. That'd just be a much better way to go about doing it, and just stick to it. You could, it's a time we all want to go out and have a good time, go to restaurants and have drinks out, you know, but you're missing out on opportunities to have a few drinks at home, have some meals at home. We all have to braai, South Africans. I'm sure we all had quite a few fires going after Saturday's big win. You know, and as well with Black Friday coming up, do keep an eye out for those bargains. Yeah. I like to tend to, you know, sleep on it. Give myself 24 hours before I make those big ticket purchases. Then you just, the next morning you'll feel, okay, do I still want it? Is it still worth my time? Then definitely.
And Dewald, I know we've had the discussions in the past when we've done interviews like this about just, you know, is it okay to just give people cash if you want to give them a gift and let them buy what it is they want rather than buy something that they probably would use once or never use at all?
I believe it is worthwhile, you know. I mean, sometimes you feel cash is a bit impersonal, you haven't put a lot of thought behind it, but that person might have a better use for it. I know when I was a student, my mother used to give me some cash for Christmas. That was a lot more useful for me back then than her having to think about what I want and probably not buying me exactly the thing I want. With the cash, I can set that towards my savings for, you know, that PlayStation 5 that's coming out in next season or so, you know. So I don't think there's anything wrong with getting a cash gift. And if you're really against cash, then get a gift card.
Okay, well, thanks very much for that. That's Dewald Olivier from African Unity. Yes, budget, stick to a list, have some home-cooked meals. They won't kill you. Look for those bargains and, you know, create some less expensive traditions. Those are some of the tips. You've got a couple of weeks before you fall into the trap, so bear those in mind.